Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeff with Gamestork, and it's time to bring you the daily news here for the Nintendo Switch. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. Well, to everyone who's hoping for some more big third-party games, I have some really good news for you today. The Nintendo Switch has been performing very well, not only on system sales, not only on first-party software sales, but it appears that the Q1 numbers for Capcom's Ultimate Street Fighter 2, or Ultra Street Fighter 2, sorry, really sold above its expectation. 450,000 sales in the first quarter, and even to me, that's a pretty big number for this game. It actually surprises me a lot that it sold that many. Now, as you can expect, that taste of money is quite delicious. So guess what? It has been announced they are starting to prepare multiple Switch version titles. Capcom could bring anything from the Disney Afternoon Collection over, which I think would sell very well, to even bigger, more serious games that they deal with. I know, as far as what they could bring over, the bigger the better. You know what? The fact is if Street Fighter 2 sells at 450,000 in 1/4 of a year, they're pretty much going to bring whatever they can, if not everything that they can, as quickly as possible over to the Nintendo Switch. And this is the same thing with all these third-party companies, which I've been saying and posting videos and all that. And in the future, everyone's going to look back and say, "Oh, Gamestork, you were right. I can't believe you predicted that. How did you know?" But it's not that I know anything that's not already been happening for a long period of time. These things have gone on since the beginning of gaming. If money is made, people invest time, they invest effort, and it's not so much that the Nintendo Switch can't handle these games, it's Nintendo Switch can't handle a game that is created specifically to play on the platform like a PS4. So, if you have a PS4 game, you can format this game or reformat this game or work it in such a way to make it run on the Nintendo Switch effectively. I'm sure all these games can. It just, it really depends on what they're willing and what they want to bring. Now, they haven't said which Switch version titles will be on the way, but I'm sure it'll be very soon that they announce these, as they see, 450,000 sales on a game that's very old, and they kind of, I'm not gonna say they worked us as fans, but I mean, come on, Dark, or whatever they were called, Evil, Dark Ken, and Ryu, I'm just like, what? Because it's just like they got a little bit too much sun and put on some dark clothes. But yeah, I know what you guys are gonna say. You're gonna post down and you're gonna say, yeah, but their stats were different. They had higher attack and lower health. Who cares? It's the same freaking characters. Why not give a completely new character that's exciting higher attack and lower health points? You know what I mean? Just create an entirely new character, or someone out of the anime that's typically not in the games, or something like that. But anyway, moving on. The next bit of news, I did post on here before that the Sexy Brutale, it was rumored that this would be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Well, it looks like this has officially been announced. Very, very exciting. And it's also coming out this year. This beloved indie game is on its way to the Switch, and though it's this time around, it's quite recent. Tequila Works, the Sexy Brutale has been rated by Peggy in Europe and was confirmed for the release in Japan by Nippon Ichi Software. Oh yes, oh yes. The Sexy Brutale is a murder mystery game with a stealthy twist. As a time traveler, you have to uncover the cases of several grisly murders and manipulate events to prevent them from happening in the first place, all the while avoiding the paradoxical situations. Now, its stunning style, great soundtrack, and unique gameplay won over PS4, Xbox One, and PC owners when the game launched, which was back in April. So this game, although, I might actually download this on the PS4 or something and do a Let's Play on it, just so you can get an early view, because that's what I try to do. Sometimes I do those Let's Plays on the PS4, just so that you can see what to expect in these games and why you should be excited. This game is one that you should really be excited for, and I cannot wait, honestly, to play this. And I look at it, and somehow, maybe it was just the insanely busy first quarter of this year, where we were just flooded with so many good games on all the consoles, to where, between The Legend of Zelda and everything else, it's just one of those things that this one kind of slipped under the radar. I didn't get a chance to play it. Now, last year at this time, we were all playing indie games, waiting on those big games to come in the third quarter. But this year, it looks like these big games are throughout the year. And right now, we're in our quote-unquote dry spell, as they would say. But there's still some really great games releasing right now. The big one, I guess, that we're waiting on, as far as Switch is concerned, it would be Super Mario Odyssey. And then also, if you're like me, okay, you are waiting on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Very, very, oh man, that that game, I cannot wait. It's going to take over my life. I believe Mario will do so as well, but I don't think Mario is going to be as long as Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or as involved. I think it'll be just as fun, and hopefully it will be. Maybe they have a lot of collectibles and things like that. Create the game to where you'll spend a lot of time in it. I know Super Mario 64, I've had to, just over the years, reiterations and things like that, I put hundreds of hours into that game, searching every crevice, every corner, everything that I could. So it looks like Switch Senpai notices the Slime Song next week. This is coming. This is a game that really is from Head Up Games, Braz, if I'm saying that correctly. They announced that this is a PC action platformer, but now it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, and they released this new trailer for the console. Now the game will be released on August the 3rd. It looks pretty solid. It is a straight up indie game, and it's hard. Honestly, it's really hard to judge these things because you can't always judge a book by its cover. Sometimes these games are very in depth and very challenging and very addictive and fun, and they don't have to be photorealistic in order to be complex enough to keep you busy or be extremely fun and memorable. Most people associate that photorealism with adult-based gameplay, and really it's not. It's, if you have something that is extremely challenging, lots of fun, and it keeps your time, then I think that's a very successful game. It doesn't necessarily have to be, and it's also a mature game because there are a lot of these games that kids just can't do. And in this, you jump and slime your way through 100 levels in this unique 5-colored pixelated world and escape from a giant worm's innards. Feel the impact of your slime like never before with this HD Rumble, and you can only get on the Switch. And by the way, HD Rumble is freaking awesome. So if you're not a Switch owner, you don't understand. And if you are a Switch owner and you played Mario Kart, or it really, a lot of games take advantage of it. Even Shantae, like Shantae was so good on HD Rumble, then you have no idea. HD Rumble is the real deal. It's really awesome. And every time they announce that functionality for each of these games, I just get really excited. Get your shopping done in Slump Town, a town full of survivors within the worm. Unlock different playstyles, outfits, shaders, and even multiplayer minigames, and so on. So it's available August the 3rd for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm very excited about it. Now, if you've been waiting on Phantom Trigger, this has officially been announced by Tiny Build on their Twitter. It says this has passed certification for the Nintendo Switch, and their launch date announcement is inbound. Now, the other day I noticed this on the Europe eShop on the coming soon. So those of you who have seen that have, you know it's on the way. We just don't have a release date, and I'm hoping that this release date is right around the corner, something that, we don't have to wait too much longer for, because this game, it looks really good. Let's just be honest, okay? This game looks fun. It looks like one that I want to play. This action exploration platformer, I'm really, really stoked about it, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Another game coming, which I know, that's the cool thing about my channel. I'm not just going to pick one or two things and egg on about them for a long time. Each and every one of these news things, it has, I cover a good bit of gameplay, not gameplay, but games, okay? There you go. I've got it right. If you are someone who likes this style of game, This Is the Police is officially coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is one I have looked at a few times, but I've just never picked it up, and it could be fun. So it's been floating around as a possibility for the Switch for a couple months, and now we know for sure it's coming. This Is Police has been listed on a Koch Media website. They handle the distribution for THQ Nordic and several European countries. So locally, the game has been listed on the EB Games Australia website, and it has a September 29th release date, although that could just be for Australia. It might not apply to other regions. So we have to wait for more news, see what's coming out. But we know that if it is coming out there in September the 29th, then you can expect it probably sometime in that month to release everywhere worldwide. Now, This Is Police is developed by Weepy Studio, and it's an adventure strategy game that sees you take the role of a police chief, Jack Boyd. Your goal is to try to make $500,000 in 180 days any way that you can. So you can be a good cop or a bad one. It's up to you. It's one of those games, I can't recommend this to you because I have not played it, and I don't know a lot about it. And it's one of those, when I initially looked at it, I said, maybe not for me. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people do enjoy this game. At least the consensus, I suppose, in looking online shows that it does look pretty solid. So if this is one you want to try and you're just looking for those new games that are different and cool and just something to experience on the Switch, this one's probably for you. So, and it's on its way very soon. So lastly, here today, I've got some more good news. This is a game I've been looking forward to for a long time and actually put it off. There are those games, I know a lot of you are doing this with quite a few different games out there, like Yooka-Laylee, for instance, but I've been holding off playing Lego Worlds so that I could play it on the Nintendo Switch. And this is a game I really, really, really wanted to play, and I watched a couple Let's Plays on it and different things, E3 and just a lot of stuff, and I said, you know what, if that's coming to the Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna wait. And it's coming. It's on its way, and it looks like it's coming on September 5th. September's gonna be so loaded with games, we're not even gonna know what to do. But the pre-order is available now, and you can go out and actually do this. It's coming out at $39 $39.99. And the date, that's official. That's not some leak or something. This is official off the LEGO Worlds game Twitter page. $39.99, September 5th. And you get the base game and 2 DLC packs for your purchase for the Nintendo Switch version, which is really cool. It's available at Best Buy, GameStop, and then your basic other places. Now, as we saw with the SNES being canceled over on, on Walmart's website, I've learned my lesson with Walmart. Actually, when they announced the new Nintendo 3DS, the Majora's Mask version that came out, I pre-ordered that at a Walmart, went to pick it up, and they didn't have it. It wasn't there. So I wound up having to get a plain gray one, which I was just happy to get one, I suppose. But I was really upset that they didn't have that. Listed it, I pre-ordered it, I purchased it, and it wasn't there. So since then, which that was me giving them an opportunity again to get it right. But since then, I always go to GameStop or Amazon or Best Buy. Really, that's your best bet there to guarantee what you're going to have. So again, this specifically, if you're wondering which DLC bundles this game LEGO Worlds includes, it's going to be this classic space and agents, as you might assume. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to give special treatment to the Switch fan base by providing some of the great bundles of characters that like Nexo Knights, Lego City Emergency, and more. I hope that they do. The more DLC, the better. But this is one of those things that when there's more information, I can share it on here. Be sure to subscribe here if you're interested in that game or anything that are listed, because all the updates are going to be right here on Gamestork. You know what? I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today and allowing me to provide you with some of these news updates for games that are coming. And I know that all you guys love the Switch just like me. And hey, I'm happy to have you here. If you're just watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing for all things Nintendo Switch and all things gaming. And you know what? I do some Let's Plays on here and some great discussions. I'm pretty silly on those Let's Plays and typically in general a fairly positive and funny dude. So if you enjoy that positivity and just having a good time on here while receiving some news, this is a place for you, and you're very welcome here. So hit that sub button down below. You'll see it. It's red, it's rectangular, and it has your name all over it. So just click right there. Keep going. I'm going to keep doing it until you do. Oh, all right, there it is. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. All right, and another thing that you could do if you are still listening to help me out is to share these videos. I've noticed that my sub rate has gone down significantly. It is still growing, but it's slowed down, and I would like to speed that up a little bit, and I need your help. If you could share these videos, maybe get the word out about this channel, help it to grow so that I can provide better content, more content, things like that, because the more this grows, the more I'll be able to invest more time in this, and the more this grows, the more money that it can make that I can invest in better equipment, things like that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching again, and we'll see you next time.